He can't win. He close. He can't. He might not be eligible to win any awards. All NBA, MVP, things like that. Okay. See, Yoke gonna run into that problem.
Draymond Green thinks Adam Silver should give LeBron James a special invite to the All-Star game, even though he's currently ranked 9th in Western Conference fan voting. LeBron's 21-year All-Star streak is in serious jeopardy because he missed the first month of the season and fans aren't voting for him like they used to. Now the question is whether the league steps in to save his streak or lets the 41-year-old legend miss his first All-Star game in over 2 decades. Should Adam Silver give LeBron a special invite to keep the streak alive, or should he have to earn it like everyone else? Let's start with the uncomfortable reality that LeBron James is currently 9th in Western Conference All-Star voting.
In the first fan vote, LeBron is 9th in voting in the West. He missed the first month of the season.
Yeah.
We'll see. What is the next vote?
Hey, hold up though. When they implement them rules to where you have to play 65 games, LeBron he can't play 65.
9th. Not first, not second, not even top 5. 9th. Behind guys like Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, and even some Portland players. That's where LeBron stands right now in fan voting, and if the voting ended today, he wouldn't even be close to making the All-Star team. The reason is pretty straightforward. LeBron missed the first month of the season. He wasn't out there playing games while everyone else was racking up highlights and keeping their names in the headlines. And in the social media era, where attention spans are measured in seconds, being gone for a month is basically being forgotten. Fans vote for who's hot right now, not who's been great for 23 years.
And see, now you look at the rule like, see, I say it, but y'all was loafing. Y'all was low managing and missing all those games. Now somebody that's legitimately injured is going to miss out on the MVP because of the rule when y'all messed it up.
So Draymond Green is suggesting that Adam Silver should step in and give LeBron a special commissioner's invite to the All-Star game. Keep the 21-year streak alive. Honor the legend. Make sure LeBron doesn't miss his first All-Star game since 2004 or whenever his streak started. And honestly, Draymond has a point, even if it's completely biased and goes against everything competitive sports should stand for.
Luka is the leading vote getter. Nikola Jokic is 2nd in the West. Steph Curry is 3rd. Shai Gilgeous is 4th. Vic Wembanyama, Ant-Man. The Portland guys in front of LeBron and KD. I do think LeBron, the second vote, I think LeBron will probably be in the top 5.
The next fan voting results come out January 7th, which is next week. That'll give us a better picture of whether LeBron can climb back into the top 5. Maybe once fans see these initial rankings and realize LeBron might actually miss the All-Star game, they'll start voting for him more. Maybe the nostalgia factor kicks in and people decide they want to see LeBron in one more All-Star game. Or maybe he stays 9th and we have a real controversy on our hands. But here's where it gets messy. The NBA changed the rules a few years ago, requiring players to play 65 games to be eligible for major awards like MVP and All-NBA teams. That rule was put in place because of load management. Players were sitting out games for rest even when they were healthy, and the league got tired of fans buying tickets to see stars who didn't play.
I don't think Bron, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I don't think Bron really cared about playing an All-Star game. If y'all just want me to be 100, I think he wants to do whatever he can for the Lakers to make a nice playoff run.
Yeah.
Not with that defense, they ain't making nothing.
Well, I mean, they probably got to make a few changes on, but I'm sure he'd much rather go deep into the playoffs versus I don't think he really cares about playing an All-Star game. But from a fan's perspective, I can understand and see why people would want to see him in the All-Star game. He's done so much for the game, man. He's been he's been unbelievable.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Well, good luck to the guy. I mean, look, he's been 21 straight times, 21 times starting. So good luck to somebody breaking that record.
LeBron can't play 65 games this season. He's already missed too many. So he's not eligible for MVP or All-NBA regardless of how well he plays. The same rule that's keeping him from winning awards could also be used as justification for keeping him out of the All-Star game. If you're not healthy enough or available enough to qualify for awards, why should you qualify for the All-Star game?
Jokic gonna be out for a month. I love watching Jokic play out there, killing them boys. Boy can't jump over a phone book. You hear me? Man, I'm talking about.
He's the MVP right now, Joe. He's the MVP, but he's not going to be able to win it because he's not going to be able to make the quote of the game.
Draymond brought up the irony that Nikola Jokic is going to run into this same problem. Jokic is injured and will miss at least a month. He might not hit the 65-game threshold either, which means the reigning MVP might not be eligible to win MVP again because of injuries. That's not load management. That's not players choosing to sit. That's legitimate injury, and the rule punishes them anyway. So Draymond's point is that the rule was created to combat load management, but now it's hurting players who are legitimately injured. LeBron didn't choose to miss the first month. He was hurt. Jokic didn't choose to get injured. It happened. But the rule doesn't distinguish between load management and real injuries, so both players get penalized the same way. That's a fair criticism of the rule. But it doesn't change the fact that the rule exists, and if you're going to enforce it for awards, you should probably enforce it for All-Star selection too. Otherwise, you're just making arbitrary exceptions for stars you like, which undermines the whole point of having rules in the first place. Now let's talk about what actually makes the All-Star team. The voting used to be more complicated, with weighted votes from fans, media, and players. Now it's simplified. The top vote-getters from each conference make the team. Fans have the biggest say, but coaches and the commissioner also have some input for reserves and injury replacements.
The only way he'll get in, get a special invite through Adam Silver. I don't know if he'll be, because it's the top. They just take the top 5 guys now, so it might be 5. So right now, as it sits, it'll be Luka, Nikola, Steph Curry, Shai Gilgeous, and Victor Wembanyama. That would be your starter. And in the East, it'd be Giannis, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, and Donovan McNabb.
Right now, the Western Conference starters based on voting would be Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Victor Wembanyama. That's 2 guards and 3 big men, which doesn't really make sense for actual basketball, but that's how the voting works. Fans vote for who they want to see, not necessarily who deserves it based on performance.
In the Eastern Conference, it would be Giannis Antetokounmpo, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, and Donovan Mitchell. That's 1 big and 4 guards, which is equally weird for actual basketball purposes. But again, this is a popularity contest dressed up as an honor for the best players. LeBron averaging 20.3 points at age 41 is genuinely impressive. The fact that he's still producing at that level in his 23rd season is remarkable. But is that enough to make the All-Star team? Should longevity and career achievements override current performance and availability? Draymond seems to think yes. He's basically arguing that LeBron has earned the right to be in the All-Star game regardless of voting because of everything he's done for the league. The 21-year streak matters. The career accomplishments matter. The fact that he's still playing at a high level at 41 matters. And if he announced this was his last year, there's no question Adam Silver would find a way to get him into the game. They did it for Dwayne Wade. When Wade announced his retirement tour, he got all sorts of special treatment, including All-Star selection, even though his performance didn't necessarily warrant it. The league decided his career deserved to be honored with one last All-Star appearance, and nobody complained because everyone loves Wade and wanted to see him go out properly.
Probably, if this was his last year, if he told Adam Silver this was his last year, he gonna be in the All-Star game. It'd be just like the D-Wade situation.
If LeBron announced this was his final season, the same thing would happen. Adam Silver would make sure he's in the All-Star game. There would be a special ceremony. Everyone would celebrate his career. And the voting wouldn't matter because the league would find a way to make it happen. But LeBron hasn't announced retirement. He's still saying he could play another 5 to 7 years if he wanted to. So there's no farewell tour happening here. This is just a regular season where an aging star is dealing with the consequences of missing time and losing fan support. And that's where this gets uncomfortable. Because if Adam Silver gives LeBron a special invite just to keep the streak alive, he's basically admitting that some players are above the rules. He's saying that career accomplishments and legacy matter more than current performance and fan voting. And while that might feel right emotionally, it completely undermines the credibility of the All-Star selection process. The other problem is that LeBron himself probably doesn't care that much about the All-Star game anymore. He's been to 21 of them. He's done every possible thing you can do at an All-Star game. He's won the MVP award. He's hit game winners. He's put on shows. At this point, what's one more All-Star game going to add to his legacy? Draymond even said he doesn't think LeBron really cares about playing in the All-Star game. LeBron would much rather focus on helping the Lakers make a deep playoff run. The All-Star break is a chance to rest and recover, not an obligation to fly somewhere and play in a meaningless exhibition game. If LeBron doesn't make the team, he probably celebrates privately because he gets a real break instead of having to perform. But from a fan perspective, people want to see LeBron in the All-Star game one more time. They want the streak to continue. They want to be able to say they witnessed a 21-year All-Star streak, which is absolutely bonkers and will never be matched. If the streak ends at 20, it's still incredible, but there's something disappointing about it ending because of injury and reduced playing time, rather than because LeBron actually declined as a player. The counter-argument is that rules should apply equally to everyone. If LeBron hasn't earned a spot through voting and performance, he shouldn't get a special invite just because he's LeBron. That sets a terrible precedent where the league picks favorites and ignores the actual selection criteria whenever it's convenient. This whole situation is complicated by the fact that LeBron's role on the Lakers has changed. He's playing off the ball more because Luka Doncic needs the ball in his hands to be effective. LeBron has adjusted his game to fit alongside Luka, which means his scoring numbers are down and his usage is down. If he was still the primary ball handler running the offense, he'd probably be averaging 24 or 25 points. But he's sacrificing individual stats for team success, and now he's being penalized for it in All-Star voting.
Draymond pointed out that when LeBron came back from his injury, he was facilitating and trying not to disrupt the chemistry that Luka and Austin Reeves had built while he was out. That's smart team basketball. That's LeBron being unselfish and putting the team first. But it also got him out of rhythm offensively, and now his scoring numbers look pedestrian compared to other All-Star candidates. So you've got a player who's being a good teammate and sacrificing his individual production, and the consequence is that fans aren't voting for him. That feels wrong. But it's also how sports work. Fans vote for exciting performances and big numbers, not for unselfish role players who prioritize team success. The comparison to Dwayne Wade's farewell tour is important here because it shows the league is willing to bend the rules for retiring legends. Wade got special treatment. Kobe got special treatment. If LeBron announced retirement, he'd get special treatment too. But without the retirement announcement, there's no clear justification for giving him special treatment over players who are actually performing better this season. Another factor is that the All-Star Game format changed this year. They're doing a USA versus World format instead of East versus West. That creates some interesting dynamics for selection, because now you're not just picking the best players from each conference. You're trying to balance two teams that represent different geographic regions. LeBron would obviously be on Team USA, but so would most of the other top vote getters in the Western Conference, like Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, and the Portland guys. So even if LeBron doesn't crack the top 5 in fan voting, maybe the format creates an opportunity for him to get selected as a reserve, because Team USA needs veteran leadership and star power. But that's speculating about loopholes and format quirks that might save LeBron's streak. The fundamental question remains, should Adam Silver intervene to put LeBron in the All-Star game, even if the voting doesn't support it? Draymond clearly thinks yes. He's arguing that LeBron's career and contributions to the league have earned him the right to be in the All-Star game, regardless of this year's performance. The 21-year streak is historic and should be preserved. The fact that LeBron is still playing at a high level at 41 deserves recognition. And if the league has to bend the rules a little bit to make it happen,
That's worth it to honor one of the greatest players in NBA history. The opposing view is that rules should be applied consistently. If you're not getting the votes, you don't make the team. That's how democratic selection processes work. And if LeBron doesn't make it this year because he missed time and his numbers are down, that's not a tragedy. That's just the natural consequence of aging and circumstances. His legacy doesn't need a 21st All-Star appearance to be secure. There's also the question of what kind of precedent this sets. If Adam Silver gives LeBron a special invite this year, what happens next year? Does LeBron automatically make the All-Star team every year until he retires, regardless of performance? What about other aging legends who might need special treatment in the future? Where do you draw the line between honoring greatness and maintaining competitive integrity? The reality is that LeBron's All-Star streak is probably going to end at some point in the next few years, regardless of what happens this season. He's 41 years old. He's not going to play forever. The only question is whether it ends because of fan voting and injury this year, or because of retirement in a few years. Either way, the streak ends. So maybe letting it end naturally based on performance and availability is more honest than artificially extending it through commissioner intervention. But I understand why people want to see the streak continue. LeBron has been in the All-Star game for 21 consecutive years. That's an entire generation of basketball fans who have never known an All-Star game without LeBron James. The idea of that changing feels wrong, even if logically it makes sense. But LeBron hasn't announced retirement, so why should he get special treatment now? Hit that like button and subscribe for more debates about whether greatness earns you special privileges or whether everyone should play by the same rules.